let's just dive right into this. Have you ever wondered why two smart TVs with the exact same specs on paper can perform so wildly differently the second you actually set them up in an Indian living room? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down the absolute best smart TVs under 30,000 rupees. We're pulling all this essential data straight from TechNews.12 to make absolutely sure you're getting exactly what you pay for. So it really boils down to one core question, right? Which TV actually fits your specific family? Because let's be honest, here's the harsh truth. What looks absolutely amazing in a perfectly lit, totally windowless showroom will often completely fail the moment you introduce that harsh afternoon sun pouring through your real-world windows or, the complex viewing habits of a big, multi-generational Indian household. To completely eliminate all that confusion, we've put together a targeted 4-step buyer checklist. We're going to look at sunlight and panels, operating systems and profiles, motion for sports, and finally, service and budget. All right, step 1, the battle against the sun. Listen, if your living room gets that blazing Indian afternoon sunlight, panel brightness is quite literally everything. A QLED panel, take the TCL C645 for example, pushes well over 500 nits. Now, nits are just the standard measure of screen brightness, but 500? That easily beats the sun. Compare that to standard IPS panels from brands like LG or Xiaomi. Those usually sit under 300 nits, and they'll easily just wash out entirely in bright daylight. But hey, quick caveat, if your room is actually dark and you've got a super wide family sofa, that IPS panel will actually give you much better viewing angles for the people sitting on the edges. But hardware is only half the battle. Step 2 is the great operating system feud. You really have to pick your ecosystem based on your own streaming habits. On one side, you've got Samsung's Tizen OS. It is hyper-polished and comes with major Indian streaming platforms like JioCinema and Hotstar, completely optimized and pre-installed right out of the box. On the flip side, Google TV, which you'll find on brands like Xiaomi, gives you the practically endless library of the Play Store. So if you're someone who relies heavily on niche, regional OTT apps, Google TV is absolutely going to be your winner here. Sticking with the software side of things for a second, what if your large family is constantly fighting over the remote? Well, the LG UR7500 running WebOS is literally a lifesaver for this. It allows for completely separate, personalized home screens for every single family member. It learns individual viewing preferences insanely quickly, perfectly separating the cricket fans' recommendations from the daily serial watchers' menus. It ends those arguments over K-dramas versus live sports once and for all. Plus, get this, its Magic Remote voice control easily handles multiple different regional accents, which is just fantastic. Okay, moving to step 3. What if your living room basically turns into a sports stadium on the weekends? For live sports and gaming, you have to look at the Sony Bravia X74L, and that's mainly because of its proprietary technology called Motion Flow XR. Look, when you're trying to track fast bowlers during an IPL match, superior motion processing is absolutely non-negotiable. This tech actively reduces motion blur during really fast-paced action, keeping the ball and the players perfectly sharp. Where a standard budget TV would just show you a smudgy blur, this keeps everything crisp. Finally, step 4. We have to talk about what happens when things go wrong, right? After sales service. Now, if you're living in a Tier 1 city, honestly, almost any brand is totally fine. But if you live in a Tier 2 or Tier 3 city, listen up. Budget brands might save you a few bucks up front, sure, but their service networks can be super inconsistent or sometimes completely online only. Conversely, premium brands like Samsung offer this massive physical network of over 2,500 service centers across India. That practically guarantees total peace of mind no matter what your PIN code is. So to bring this all together, we've organized an ultimate summary comparison of OS performance and price. We've neatly categorized our absolute top recommendations by operating system, performance strength, and of course, price, so you can perfectly optimize that total budget. Whether you need the polished all-rounder from Samsung, the multi-user magic of the LG, the massive app value of the Xiaomi, the premium sports picture from Sony, or just the ultimate budget pick with Hisense, there is genuinely a perfect fit for you here. And hey, remember, the buy links for every single one of these exact models are available right now down in the bio, along with a link to a much more detailed article. Seriously, don't forget to click those buy links in the bio below to check the current exchange offers and live prices. And to read the full, in-depth article, plus get all the latest tech news and gadget reviews, be sure to head over to TechNews.12. So, looking back at our 4-step checklist, what is the single biggest deal breaker for your living room? Is it fighting that blazing afternoon sun, or is it finally winning the family remote control wars? Think about it. See you in the next explainer.